I'm going to teach you how to change up your handwriting and how you can go from this to this by simply learning the basics to modern calligraphy. Calligraphy focuses on upward strokes and downward strokes, as well as how much pressure you need to apply to each letter to give it its own personality. When doing upstrokes, you want to make these lines have as little pressure as possible so that you can create thinner lines. For downward strokes, it will always be thicker and more bold. So you can also try and add a little bit more character to your writing by exaggerating the spacing between letters. You can also add swirls to the end of each letter to make it a little bit more fancy. I'll be using the Crayola Super Tips, which are super inexpensive and mimic a real calligraphy marker. I also use Crayola calligraphy markers, which are nice because they're dual-ended Marvy colored markers. They are by far my favorite. I also use a palette parallel pen and a Pigma brush, which is the real deal, you guys. I love this one. Now, these watercolor brushes are surprisingly really easy to handle as a beginner. iPad Pro. It can be a great tool, especially if you want to stay organized or perhaps even start selling your work. One thing I also recommend is starting to create a really fun page of swatches of all